Yup matie kabino. La kelia ye.
Sam's Crisip obengira mwera madano weng mare Uganda. Jami pa Sam's timapo likine obero Crisps melayata, Crisps megonja, cookies, odi, berenge kemukene mapola ta. Nong jami pa Sam's Snacks e supermarket duju matilo baman. Sam's Snacks, noa pora memite.
Cerca chuma lengo twal nero dua ya bichel bima chel mwaka alibrio ki piario we dek 2023 chabit ma chel tiro tumo enta wati studio akany mi wanlo TV kakelu iwu yupwa molo ni Rupiny Tin nyek lo ni Emma akara chel ki Sara adong Sara nyi mwana wunyi ndikilo ni Sharon. Is it a silent name or is your real name?
It's my real name, but you know your name played around my name. So Kiramana sitting P7, I registered 3 names. Adong Sarah Sharon. Surprisingly, Chama gene udugo gene pa your name from X udugo. No, you never had deleted one name. Sharon. And yet it's the name Mama Kibabano Gimaro. They love that Sharon name more than Sarah. It runs at home they call me Sharon more than Sarah. It's my name. But I think maybe I need to go and swear an affidavit about it because mono nying mana don't get it.
Yes.
But in my papers, nying matie is Adong Sarah.
Dong Sarah Sharon. Chuma betine nen kom Friday ki kome.
Yeah, it's a Friday.
Irugongo
Sports Club Villa.
Okay.
The most successful club in Uganda with 16 league titles and then of course 9 Uganda Cup.
You waje mot.
He 3 East African trophies. Sekafa. Two-time Guinea finalist of CAF Champions League.
Donge pingoni kilonye ni Super Lady. Icho mabe chabit machelo tumo. First week of January 2023.
It has been a marathon, you know.
Yes. Very wise, just 2 days or 1 week.
Better marathon more kong machel kong TU from Monday to Friday for 2 shows, and then cho kudiko chon cha par.
But in it where
man, payot ba?
Payot, yes.
You need to be a tough person ka katware. Erwa follow ba kera. Tutwale ni men in the first week of January. Wakara kere mabe.
Wachaka with a bang.
Wachaka better with a bang, and we're finishing it with a bang, with a lot of swag, no stress. I told you the other day, take the day the way it comes. Maybe it's stress moya.
Stress me Friday when you keep dressing down. I think I stress pere dressing down sneakers or
look at my sneakers. This was a gift from one of the rugby players called Chisano Joaquin. He brought for me from Nairobi, and I thought like, yeah, I should put it on today.
On a Friday.
On a Friday.
Friday. Katie wakakono me mira rukobe wise Super Lady Friday. Roba ruka kere dress down Friday. And ratika nungo wise studio one me.
By the you look smart in your jeans.
Yes, why Friday.
But this day is naturally maru jeans to tuale.
Amar being comfortable. I take rukoje mugma kudina. Amira ben manati relax.
You want get pregnant mothers.
Comfortable, smart. What you on?
Pregnant mothers love being comfortable. No, giro kaki beru man tu.
An pe no ka rukoje ma check mano miritik beru kadine no. Either rukoba mabu.
Kariku bed machi could be something down here. Makai waro bene pedo beru kuman
no.
That's so good.
Yes. But it was what is studio one me one low TV. One iket Sara adong kador iwu yupa me Rupiny Tin chabir cher katumo ento watie kan watamu no cho iuma lengo twal kamo e kan motie ye wabi chaka yupo matien ki chawa many po tieni ni ndo abichel miduma chel mwaka libario kya pa wi abichel 2016 President Melobo President Yoweri Museveni chwalo lok nyodwana ni cheko President Trump Sara kar en food Trump ya da president food campaign si chaka maliat 9 months in November idonki year and Trump ero ngor mo be ka nyegen pa mo ngi social media go do ka bola mo don ko beti ngar mo en ken mo tam gen mo bolo gen mo e kan e Facebook ngar mo no bolo lok ni la di Trump no tika wachi ni en ke do president Ibrahim Mugabe me Zimbabwe Ibrahim la di lo me Uganda pian en premier dictators ening lok makabe Trump po wachi nyo po cho but
the time he went through, when you're making such statement, he made statements.
And it was at the beginning.
Of course. Moro nyurni already no logo gen enani kamo. So jo mamege magiti agents mapapa tutuali. New politics is funny. It were making a statement today. Then ngarmo before you make it were making statement. No wunoti meeting kamone. No planning wuroni agenda mamekwa mechiarka confusing down to command enemy one. Trump, first of all, you think that at that time, no, tika looking for popularity, and as you know very well, African Americans, gidwong tutwali America. So to capture the attention of the African Americans, miyarke loko something negative, opposite about Africa. Of course, normally, Jerry mati positive, pay catching up so much attention, but down mati waro. And to kill Demi Machalo, human rights violation, dictatorship, we come when mono that is what the African Americans, Mati America, so I am thinking that during that time, the propagandists, Mamege, Matit Gitiegere, those are some of the things we do in politics, but I don't want to mention it here because that is a tactic for winning votes and cano sympathy. So,
your attention,
Padano. So Trump, no mabeni he's going to contest for presidency. And Benini African Americans, Gian Gitiki highest population, one of the highest populated Guyana communities in America. So by hitting at country like Zimbabwe, hitting at Uganda, automatically, and you remember, it became a topic of discussion.
And we probably we had nothing. Like when you retain and pay attention, why am I not paying a look at Trump? Trump has more issues to do with America than Uganda.
Yeah, of course, definitely. Lobo, President Museveni has always been very smart to his critics.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
And by the way, to be honest, Museveni, one of the politicians in the world that I admire. Not that the politics that he does, no. I admire Ongit Mege, the political science that he has, and he knows how to play that science of politics very well. Of course, definitely, it is true, he has overstayed in power. So, no, Beneka slashing at Trump. The best was to say that, but I think Trump has more issues to deal with America.
And I don't know what, I haven't had his statement.
So, because he would go to the defensive side, automatically the world would be against. So that is political science.
That did Lobo react. He and he's humorous.
But he's been a political scientist, an historian, and serving in various governments before going to the bush, then finally becoming the president. It comes with a lot of experience a lot of research. Yes. So Trump basically was looking for popularity, and he achieved it. Yeah.
Ini mera chao meni po mawatika temo nyamne kan lok ngor nyo lok bola mo bere gen pamora me social media adane mo karte ba dieto twalo bere pare era gera watika temo nyamne ichawa meni po. Kono wamete yupo ama waloni Lok Lobo kakili iu headlines mo berkatime nyoma katime ikian ping Uganda in itong Lobo Lok madit mo berkatime chabit inayo bero Lok me yako liele Papa Benedict XVI muto iniendo pe deku ya chel me dwema pawe ario no dong a few hours me kato New Year Sarah la wo legaliele oberi St. Peter's Square mo pong mada Papa Francis and ayo lego liel enone ini down beka watch any kono Papa Francis ayo town it would be bigger and okay because it's a city pope ex pope doc no doc pe doc nan pekin child invitation but leaders madwong po be penero American president be so any because he's an ex pope very why pe doc be liele po be ditotwal
yes currently liele po be ditotwal well mono kere madano tamu kere but for me I think in general, okay, now, even being the ex-pop alone, population to me,
Be
I'm satisfied with it. Because one when you are near my bed, Dan Monica don't wear or teach. It's just the same right now. For instance, one of the ministers, Mano don't wear or teach. Kwano Ruenyo. Dano, the population but Dano compared to minister, serving minister quota, there's a very big difference.
Yes.
Ngari Monica Futika serving, of course, memories, make a bit of fresh, and when someone is already retired, definitely no that gap. Some people have forgotten about his good deeds or her good deeds more than when. There are some of the factors much around. But regardless of that, in the New Vision papers, in the front page, I love the fact that we gave him a full paid command enemy. So this is good. And religious leaders across the world, when you were Anglicans were there. Yes. And but why Anglicans are celebrating? We are Christians.
Yeah, all Christians.
One when what he followers by Jesus Christ.
Illegally el pakuyan down across the all religious sectors. Wa Islam when go beru ti Westminster kayo kuyan. So ko dong niliel no dong da when European kayak. Mena ikitma iyo workere is St. Peter's Square wo I Vatican makibirika leko. Lega paliele. It was very unique.
Is so unique.
So unique. Like a box, and it's not well decorated. Simple. Coffee.
So one can you want to go for it. Why Ugandans can amuse it?
Someone
to go for a coffin of 10 million, 20 million. Yeah, of course, definitely. But I love the simplicity again. Pakofin and it looks like as though Itamoni perhaps Ubero box, my box. And when they were bringing
my bow.
But it was so good.
So
the uniqueness again, the coffin. Yeah,
at that time. What I look at Kenny Kono Wachiat Kumbeti wa a Kabere Hoima, Kama Kumbere Mudo, Ucharachilla, 10 Matike Moa, Ario, Kakan, a Karma, Billy Birkariam, Lupo, Makitika Tamane, Kupalo, Jimmy Padano, Kene Motaka. American one and Kong Shell Kidwan any, Ka Dapatiri.
Loni Kiriatete, Hoima East Division, Inonia Bilmi Flying Squad, Uberu Kariama Mutaka Moma Biakti Kumge, Ninen Chaloke Kwala, Benenen Chalo Jo Magi, Gitie Kenjo, Matieka Kwalo Kuma Tek, Tutuale Ku Mutaka, the area man. Ento Kigumaraj, Richard Magian Guberka Onina Tau, Cherochilatian Momi Magario, Makilar Quere, I Ortiat.
Came. It was just the people who were just running to capture that vehicle. Then later they ended up firing the guns, firing the bullets to the where people even were moving. They ended up firing my son.
Kiwachi lukuma no getika ngwaji mutaka makloni Toyota Wish number plate UBB a beach a deck X Mata Ikala. Tienman makichilo ke wajonyeni tie chakuhaire Woodpa Ashraf Chatuhaire Kunmiane Margaret Atuhaire Magian Giberu Ichar Mibulemo Hoima West Division.
In the good condition, let me say that he's in the critical condition because is just what he has no power. He cannot just even raise the head. He cannot just even wake up.
Men Latin Maniloke wachi mutaka me wish no teka je kao yogol mutaka ipsam mo tugu wo chot gocha orieme marisas umo matek tutwal ikinge kun kiluoro ikin luak mapol meloko ki wanduo TV unyoro luorgi ke ngomo bedo katime kon gi wachi pipore ni miro ki chil risas kumeno ikin luak. Gen bera nyoro luorgi ni kin jimu birkatime weng peginer ngarimo ke kene kin jomo birkachilo mudugone matie ki uniform wek gingeati kona Billy onyo dul pamony. Ashraf Chako Highway won Latin man wachi Latin ne tie muno wono chochokite ire ma en meti abilukati kinen kid makiramo kwele chang wode pio yoryot.
In the good condition, let me say that he's in the critical condition because is just what he has no power. He cannot just even raise the head. He cannot just even wake up.
Dr. Innocent Kosima Mati Destiny Health Center wachi aloga tie matek ikom Latin man.
Perforation to the head. It was just sort of cattle superior, but it was full depth with minor bone involvement, which was outer, not inside. So there was no crack going into the brain, into the head, nothing.
Lok Pabili area mi Albertine region hakiza halan owachi gen motime man pibe tutwal beno kwa ye kija.
The one who discharged the bullet was his intention was to shoot the tires, but which tires, of course, on a vehicle that was moving, it ended up now hitting the rough surface and injured the kid. We cannot distance ourselves from them. We shall keep on also visiting them and see. Then we see how we can talk to them. But it was not intended, and we do apologize.
Lachien mutakaman ma biluria mo matek tutwal kino kake wekiteng yo ma kumbedi ke mako kitinyo kiterte police station madit Mihoima City.
Suspect actually, as he tried to speed off with the car, he reached somewhere around the casino, and he abandoned the car and he took off. So we managed to impound the car. We have it with us. So, but upon checking the car, there are implements like machetes, pangas, then gambos.
Gen ma bilu kategori wachini kuo mutaka area mantie matek tutwal maki nermot chochok tabira chil no mutaka maramario adek tekerweny kun wachi dana mirunen kid magen giromo gwako kwede mutaka mamegi pilogange mo chunyi One Luo TV Pat Robert Larube.
Almenero chal kidwan mo bedo kakate Sara incidences ma mo duro bedo kachelo civilian manogitinget guri mano mo duro is not meant for them. Duong we pona ni cha a riot mo bedo kan mon daka mo mati chat mo yeme makichelo i protest kan in latian mati de mo aga rio la chat guma bed doctor ti watching it chat po affecting dame mere lok madok olo Timmy hope and ne one latian ngat machiana ne pe kamin latian ngat machiana ne pe and any luko manokitikari magi campaign.
So police, of course, Gana has to be responsible for that.
Yes, of course.
Because Gino gitikari lukuo, and then in such doing, Gana recharge mameki latian who is innocent and more so a child. So and I think the simplest way is that Gana lunyo palotiana ne. Umiar gen go katwa go chair gen to Uganda Police Force. Mier go year you are me compensating me konyo latien enemy. Because now for the situation carry no by the way Emma carry no ni won latien enemy ulon you mean latien enemy ulon. Still Umier Uganda Police Force or taking charge. You remember the case of that woman? Maki Bieno ki shooting during the riot. Muberu ki each. You remember?
Yes.
Mano, by then, Judith Nabakova was even still a spokesperson, if I remember. That was 2012 during Walk to Work. Uganda Police Force took charge of that woman until she gave birth.
In the police may hoi magete watching again the guberka checking in, e come let woman and keep you and goma girama conecere. And any pangi, the nature of what you kind of a Roman way as maybe a billion your security organs need further, and of course is an accident, the charge Ramon key. And maybe there's need for further training.
I don't think need for further training as such. However, la peña tiene que tikariamo la ku. And you know down at the roadside, down the white. Why do you shoot a bullet, straight bullet? That is another issue. Yeah? And I thought maybe perhaps you get where to straight bullet, make on your catware arresting such again a thug, a robbery. Because by therefore robbers, it's always hard. Down in most cases, police force and the security officers get you with the straight bullet. Even when you look at cases maybe in the Western world, most of the movies in they act the movies out of true story. So you know robbers down luko magicherka kwalo banks, magicherka kwalo ngo. At the end of it all they use bullets. But the good thing is that in the Western world it's so rare menungo down in the streets atata. Most of them know giti dukan mameki inside. So you know those bullets pe mako down ke come. Ento imegwa Uganda kakany enemy chawa went down in the street including children. Neno.
Look, ma pangi ngoma gramati gumabene police gero katika maleng me coin makibichwale ki bot family.
But Anna me coin enemy I wanted to reach to the topmost bosses, because there is a possibility of winning cases where Jamie Makumen and a team bought innocent civilians, and then along the way, compensation cases done relaxing so much. And more so, kaki no only lock team someone who is vulnerable, someone who is voiceless. You know, when you're voiceless, Emma, people will take advantage of you. But when you have a voice, automatically, police and every other institution will come up. Now, this voiceless person, you understand? Because there's a possibility of police may or okay, fine, watch here or yet, but Latian enu kill to Kampala, Mulago perhaps for further checkup.
Management.
Yeah.
Lokma wine permit. Ento wai tanyika kenyu. Konda kwa chat. I kabiri makiluoni impiji kamengo. Kama cho onero darne chutu kitenyo darne. I orapa go chimki me kimien marne no chigam ngo. Ugam nyare. Sarah, apang ngo producer wati okay stories me to nyone gender based violence ke kan ma cha kan no chuer chindan no mera ento lok men ne can paint yo maduong dok maduong impiji eni kamengo en la choni ka be no giti ke lwen nyo dai kan ge pe dwe dong marama maduong la choni ne ko dar no fon wi art go chim ki mar ne chi gam nyari en ngwe he's on the run kombeti ma police tika yenyo kore wakino dar ko nyeno pakilu ne.
But Emma, Anna Pekunyone, Canada, Nekasol has been going on. More so issues to deal with gender-based violence. Even in the 90s, even in the early 2000s, Dano Neke, Tutuale Nekmete there, and Ma rises out of conflict within families. Is becoming, okay, just say that the pattern is going higher.
Yes.
It is becoming more rampant. And because there are so many challenges, what are the challenges within family?
We
breakdown.
Are we more on a girlfriend now from we are Kimara Yobus Yanin?
Yes. So, you know, ni paroti maduong tutual. One, I'm one person, ma young no, I was against divorce. But as I sat down and kikoma waine yes for divorce. Why? If there are two people makitika under the same roof and pay it where we nye. To the extent, you know, some families la cho take a for bedroom, mukene darbe take a for bedroom, mukene. Daro kuteri cham la cho luor ka chamoni because darbo nera. Daro bene la cho kukeluje mo darbo luor ni la cho retwer. I would rather say this that family should divorce.
Ke lo ki one of those people ngara chelo watching eno ke kana no pera mo tamne ro mo ne ko dano. Chwe me tele me da. Roma forcing in me you know mama ya ko ni petem. So
Kikoma I think also religious leaders mirko changing their mindset. Look, me for better for worse, for better for worse is actually making matters even worse. For there are couples, I have seen, why are you people still living together? Couple to where muno chiel, kajimi mama no kuman eni two equal jemo. So I think the level of gender-based violence. One, the cultural institutions, particularly there. To cancel couples. Now, for instance, you know, la chao tiki mwa hapiri wa there. Those are young couples.
Yes.
They are too young to be together as because one on you very you need perseverance, you know. Because I remember some point in time, one of my uncles was telling me, sometimes you reach a point where you get bored with someone you're living with. But that's why sometimes they go for vacations.
And at Birkatam, ne Sara, ni kekana ne young pingo, Lokman ne Tim Gary or no pet duong robin no tea and a pet duong chalo kunyuni. A chick genomonotera, a tamane, in you pingo, pian young no, were buried the cala chain. Umer kidakane la mer ulunyuruni umer na dek dana wenki kimongi mon wen no ti dikala chel so katim ger no damon ti kikele wen dikal kilmo dana wen dok wen tiaro ka chel e o man kiping medon ko beru da inti wakamone kichwari kidakoni wati mo e kan pe ka damon ti kinwo miru da wona rio ngan mabien ka wunyi lok wunyo ka teku pere lu teku no lu rokke kan so do tonk lok ni wona rio Madong ka do dog maraj, dung no mir ngo, ugone nyo wan ne ka dong gu maraj bene uneke. So mir ki dog chen dog back to the rules.
So in nutshell, I need the cultural breakdown.
Yes,
the breakdown
could be affecting.
Yes, the breakdown in family. We call it the kinship and family breaking down completely in any way. So the roles of the cultural institution, the elders, mano young itete there, mano konywa kachuko jemima team girl makumena mabinoni is no longer there. And of course, Danwa Paul with modernization, you know, Danwa, me I am modern. And part where ye ka lokimu je, kono ngomuti me and
je pengi ngot ngin mati me ota.
Waje pengi and yet this waje ene ko konyo mama wa ki baba wa to live for long. Experience. Yes. So the earlier we are changing the cultural institutions and the cultural leaders heads. Remember Manu took a lot about the story again what Achana. It goes back to them. Gen kong mier kong guchaka instilling wang yang chali ya choliki ya lu gen makinoni wang o nuotie lotie na ikaramoja bene the same thing ki kero lotie na wobi of the same age group ki loko bodgi anyera bene wayo bene noti ka konyo gi bene
wang o kunyo ni pe wang o kunyo no kite mi chim ka ge dak gang wogi no ti chime me go ti chime lotie no ti chime utie bene ki WhatsApp group ka lok mo ti mo miro loko ne wang o ki chwali family WhatsApp group. No tu mwang o kunyo ni pa.
Naro mo why one day why ni ha ni mo wabicho no dano nyalo loti no mit technology children.
Very well. Kung wagara kan ichawa me Lok Lobo siya pa yue manok kada kwa dugo me teki yu me abokalam.
Yup mai beru kaneno ne lekelia ye
Sam's Crisip obero gira mwera madano weng mare Uganda. Jami pa Sam's timapo likine obero Crisps melayata, Crisps megonja, cookies, odi, berenge kemukene mapola ta. Nong jami pa Sam's Snacks e supermarket duju mati logoman. Sam's Snacks, no apora mamite.